figured out how to make.
Hello, everyone. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, good evening, everyone. You're at the final meeting of 2025 of the Town of Canandaigua Planning Board. I see we have some unfamiliar faces and some faces I want to introduce. So let me go around and introduce the folks here at the dais. We have Kim Burkert. She's our remote facilities coordinator. Behind me is Karine Hatch. She's our recording secretary. Board members, Tim Schneider, Mark Tolbert, Amanda Van Laken, Bob LaCourse. I'm Chuck Euler, board chairman. Kristen Smith, our zoning officer. Chris Nadler, our town and board attorney. And is Eric out there? He's not yet. Okay. Eric.
He's.
Okay, Eric Cooper's our representative from MRB. He's got the flu tonight, but thankfully for him, he stayed away. And hopefully germs don't travel over the airways. Okay, I do have some introductions I want to make. We have some new town board members and our new town supervisor, Don Cotter. Don, would you stand up and say hello to everyone? We also, I believe, have Scott Hall.
Yes.
And Bobby Ellis, is it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we don't scare you off.
Yeah.
It's too late for that.
Doors are locked. All righty, we'll follow the agenda as published. And I think everyone knows the protocol as far as addressing the board. Come to the podium, give us your name and address when you're called or it's your time to talk. Address your questions to the board. We will respond and ask any questions back that we may feel appropriate. Okay, following the agenda, the first item on the agenda is privilege of the floor. If anyone here or there would like to address the board regarding an issue that is not on the agenda for this evening, now's the time to do so. Anyone? Okay, everyone's here for the agenda, so let's move into the agenda. We do have a public hearing this evening. In fact, we probably have two that had to, well, yep, two are continued. One is a new one. So we did advertise a new public hearing in the Daily Messenger on December 5th. So it's been duly advertised and therefore we can proceed. Let's go right to the first item on the agenda, which is CPN 2025-085, Christine Brown, who resides at 4575 Middle Cheshire Road. Christine is like to have us issue a special use permit for what we call a tourist home, but in fact, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath area of your home over on Middle Cheshire Road that you'd like to approve for SUP. So Christine, you want to tell us a little bit about what you have in mind of doing out there?
Well, it's a, like you said, 1-bedroom, 1-bath ensuite. I've registered it with Airbnb, and it's really not a long story. That's about it. I became an empty nester just before COVID and thought, well, this would be a good thing to do. So I started it, and then whether the regulations came in later or what, I'm not sure, but I was informed that I needed a permit, and that process started back in April or March or April.
Mm-hmm.
And we are here today
Fine.
trying to get finalization on it.
Okay, fine.
This is my first time doing this sort of thing, so I'll apologize in advance for not knowing what I'm doing.
No, I think most of the information we needed, we got from you online, and certainly you have a property that's very large.
Yeah.
And plenty of room for, some concerns in a facility such as this would be parking and all that, but that is not an issue
No.
at your home. Another concern is, and it was a accomplished was a safety inspection of the property, which was done back in September by both our zoning officer and our code folks. Make sure you're in compliance with fire and safety regulations. You are requesting a waiver from the 3-bedroom requirement, which is a tourist home, because I don't think we had any other way of classifying this other, it's not an STR. So you're asking for a waiver from that to have the 1-bedroom.
Okay.
And you're also asking for a waiver from a formal sketch plan, which I don't think is an issue. Board, do you have any issues, Ms. Brown?
None.
No.
Okay, as I said, the code did inspect the property, and I think Sam had said that she would need a new C of O, building
Correct.
permit
Yeah.
at some point. And we do have your statement of operations. And
I guess the other thing that makes it unique is that I live on the property also, so that I'm not, it's not a VRBO or rental, straight up rental.
you're the host, yes,
Yes, I'm the host. Hostess with the most.
which is a requirement of a tourist home. So,
Oh, it is?
yeah, so that it
I'm
fits
getting
right,
educated all the
fits
time.
right in. So, if we have no other issues, I guess we can move to the special use permit itself. Do we have a, this is a type 2 seeker, right, Eric?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the only thing I noticed in the actual resolution was you should probably note with a whereas the waivers that were requested and are being granted, if you would, Eric. So if you could put that in as an additional paragraph, be appreciated. And the only other thing I want to point out to the board is condition number 1. The special use permit shall remain in effect for the current and future owners of the property. So just want to make sure that's clear. I know in some of the short-term rentals, we've just had it for the current owner, and any future owner, it would be perpetual, but it would be just for the current owner. So if Ms. Brown wants to sell the house, somebody else, they would have to, if they want to continue the 1-bedroom, 1-bath rental, they'd have to come back for a special use permit. So how does the board want to, do you want to make it future and current?
I don't know, because you know, every property owner might be different. Yeah, and there's the responsibility of statement of operations that if we were to make it perpetual, then that would have to follow somehow in either our conditions or the deed that they would be maintained. Or that the town would be notified within a certain amount of time after the property transferred.
Well, hopefully, if I can keep earning enough money, I'm gonna be there for a while.
Yeah.
But that's the whole purpose.
And we have
of
no
this.
problem with you're running it, perpetually as long as you own the property. I guess the only concern is if you sell the property at some point,
Yeah,
would the ability to have that 1-bedroom, 1-bath rental continue with a new owner?
sure.
Or would they have to come back to us for a
So by law,
Special use.
special use permits generally run with the land.
general?
Operationally, the individual who owns or operates a special use permit only plays into the equation to the extent that they're going to do something different than the current approved special use operator. So whether we say it's just for this owner or this owner and future owners, the future owners would have to abide by the same operating statement of operations and
1-bedroom,
conditions.
1-bath. Same.
So practically, it doesn't really have any impact on the town, so long as it's operating this way. The person who's operating it isn't supposed to matter.
No matter who owns it, it'll still be subject to the 3-year inspection.
Yeah.
By code. All right, well,
One other thing, while I got you, I think I just referenced somewhere in your resolution, if it's not already, that applicant has adequate landscaping for a buffer. It's one of the elements of or doesn't need it. You mentioned it's a large buffer.
I wouldn't say she needs it out
I
there.
don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
Just so it's said somewhere in the record.
As far above
He
the
is.
what?
From your neighbor.
Oh. Yeah. It's 8.5
And your
acres.
neighbor,
I know.
they were
I live on
notified.
Johnson, so I know where we are.
Oh, oh, you do? You live on Johnson? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know where
You looking for a room?
Hi, neighbor. I haven't been walking in a while, but I haven't met a lot of people lately.
All right, well then, let's leave it as written. If it's okay with the board. And we'll move on and I will ask for a motion to approve the special use.
Do we want to do the type 2 and the special?
Yeah,
bundle?
de facto bundling, yes.
Then I will make that motion to bundle and approve the special use permit and secret two.
Okay,
With the,
With there's 8 conditions on the special use permit. And we didn't have any more, just Chuck, I know you would raise the whereas is for.
yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Cooper.
sure Eric picked that
Yep.
up, the
Correct. Can you
regarding,
guys hear me?
yes, now we can.
Okay.
So include those 2 waivers that we are giving with this resolution. So hearing a motion, do I have a second?
Second,
Okay, further discussion, if not all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nice have it. Okay. Thank you, Christie. Yep, you're all done. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
All right. Next application, 2025. Give me.
I'm sorry. When somebody motions or seconds, unless it's Amanda, because I can tell Amanda, can you just repeat who said it, just so I can have it for the record? It's hard for me to tell just by voice.
Amanda made the motion.
Yep.
And Tim.
Tim? Tim made with the second.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry
Okay.
for the inconvenience. Thank you.
Better now than never. We may not remember.
Yeah.
Made the motion later in the meeting.
I heard.
Okay, 2025-088, Jessica Schlasser, property 4410 Middle Cheshire Road. This is a continued special use for a permit to allow the installation of ground mounted solar arrays as an accessory structure in the side yard of partial at that property in the AR2 zoning. Anyone here representing Mr. Bertliner or the applicant, contractor, someone? Okay, well, we don't have an applicant, so I guess we will continue to next year. Motion. A motion to continue to the January 13th meeting.
Tim so moved and Amanda will second. Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that is continued. You let the applicant know that what transpired or didn't transpire. Okay, next application is CPN 2025-124, Marks Engineering, 3516 Sandy Beach Drive. This is a site plan that was subject to a couple variances for an addition to a home in the RLD zoning district. Good evening, Mr. Ruckus.
Good evening.
Tell us where we are.
Well, this is in addition to an existing house. We did get a variance for the front setback because what positioning of what the addition is, it's on the rear side. We don't meet that criteria. We did get that variance. During the ZBA meeting, we were going to have a variance for lot coverage, but during that conversation, we decided to take away a portion of the gravel drive that is existing to reduce the lot coverage, or is it exactly the same? I think we reduced it. Slightly.
much,
Not
but yeah,
slightly.
it was a foot, square foot.
To meet that criteria.
Eliminated the need for the variance.
Yes,
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
We still are under the building coverage, so that's not an issue. But more or less, it's pretty straightforward as far as site plan goes. There is existing stormwater infiltration trench, which we'll be tying into, and that the sizing of that trench allows for the increased impervious surface. I'm not doing an update on the landscaping. They already have landscaping on the front side that's meets the criteria for the shoreline guidelines. And I believe Mark is also on the.
Yeah, can you guys, I don't know, I seem to be having difficulty getting my face on here. But can you hear me?
We can see you.
We hear you and we see you, Mark.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, anything else, Logan? No? Okay, yeah, this was a subject of a review that we did prior to the zoning hearing. We were asked to give our comments, and I think our biggest concern, and sounds like it got resolved, was the lot coverage increase. And you were able to work out that the area, a stone area north of the garage would be putting grass
Correct.
to offset the additional impervious you're putting it with the addition. So that's the give and take. And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's good to go.
Yeah, Lucas, just to confirm, the south side drainage goes north, is that correct? Into the infiltration.
I mean, it's really
there's a-
flat, so I mean, I couldn't even put topo lines on here. So you have to read the spot elevations to see where it flows. And I'm not exactly sure.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Seems to be going to the rear.
That's what my only question is, because when I went out and looked at the house, I think there's only 1 6-inch going into the lake, which goes into your infiltration area. And then I saw the plans again, and then I saw your downspouts on the south side, just confirming it goes north into the infiltration.
Right, yeah, it does.
Oh, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything's connected to have the downspouts go
Into the
ultimately to the
infiltration.
infiltration trench. Yeah.
Thank-
And I guess that was a question of MRB in their review. Is there adequate flow grade in the infiltration system? And in a way, you don't want too much flow because it'll flow out of the system and not
Right,
infiltrate.
it'll
Yeah.
overwhelm, yeah. Based on the calculations that we've done from the previous sizing and what we're adding, it will allow it.
That's good. Jim Fletcher had no comments on this application. We did talk about the discharge of the lake, the infiltration. Is the applicant aware of any maintenance requirements for the infiltration system itself? Mark, are you aware if there is or will there be?
No, but Logan, we could have, or whomever, we could have that conversation for sure. No, I'm not currently aware of anything related to maintenance, no.
It's all underground.
Yeah, it is all underground.
Yeah.
I guess there's no flushing or anything like that. And I guess as long as the pervious material around the pipe remains, void stay open. That's fine. Okay, maintenance of trench talked about, the county planning board in their review, wanted to make sure that the FEMA floodplain was addressed and that a minimum variance be issued, and the minimum variance is the setback, not the lot coverage. Shoreline guidelines you submitted back in October. So does the board have any other questions on this application? Anybody in the audience? If not, let's move on. Okay, we have both a seeker You know, site plan, again, I'll accept a combo on both the seeker and the site.
I'll make a motion to approve CPN 25-124 at 3516 Sandy Beach Drive on the seeker 2 and the single stage site plan as my computer slowly gets to it with 9 conditions for approval.
I'll second.
Okay, there's no further conditions, so the 9 is stated in the resolution. For the ones that apply. No further discussion, if not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thanks, Logan.
Have a nice night.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Eric, that was a motion by Bob, seconded by Mark. All in favor?
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, 2025-120. Bill Grove is up next with a property at 6165 Knapp Road. For a site plan to put a new single-family dwelling with associated improvements on an undeveloped parcel in the RR3 zoning district. Merry Christmas, Bill.
Merry Christmas. You'll say that because of my white beard, dude. Getting, but not yet. So it's about a 3.5 acre flag lot that Mr. Finch wants to build a new house. He's an adjacent property owner. The plan is to share the existing driveway between his current house and the new house. We did get the variance approval because the driveway crosses the property lines. We needed a variance for of the 10-foot setback for the driveway. That was approved. Pretty straightforward. It's in a kind of an open field area. There's not, I'm not gonna say there's no trees to be removed, but there's no significant trees. There might be a little bit of clearing here and there around it, but it's very minimal. Yeah, pretty simple, I think.
Board, any questions, Mr. Grove?
Only one question. Your access easement, I'm sure it's saved someplace as it's already been signed. It's not signed in the record here.
Oh, okay, on the one
So,
that's.
yeah, there's actually just a plain document here. So make sure that's signed and
Okay,
part of the
yeah.
part of our documents, please.
Is there a plan associated with that description at all, showing the easement?
There's a pretty good description.
Well, there's a legal description, yeah.
I don't know, that's when I asked Doug for what he had, that's what he gave me, he said there was
Okay.
already.
Oh, that's an
easement
existing-
To it, yeah.
So
It's just unsigned or nothing.
we'll just have a condition of approval. Eric, I'm assuming it's already in there. The review and approval of the proposed cross access easement prior to signatures on the plan.
It is not there, but it will be there. Got that, Eric?
Got it.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else on the board?
Oh, easy. Mail to mail.
Okay, yes, the ZBA did grant the variance at its November hearing. ECB wants to make sure you don't disturb any more trees than you have to. They did bring up the, excuse me, septic too, yeah. How you making out with septic?
It's a modified site system, so the fill's been placed, we just have to let it go through freeze thaw and then we'll re-perk it in the spring and verify that this design is what the design needs to be.
Okay, and who gives the final blessing on septic?
Me, then the town.
The town. Okay, it's not through.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're not in
the
ownership. Okay. Okay, it is the border, it's bordering on the town of Bristol. We have no comments from Bristol. Talked about the easement. Site distance. You about 293 or something in the one direction, I think it was.
It's already.
Yeah, but it's existing.
Yeah, I have it out there.
Changes
It looks more than that, so. And county planning board chimed in with, they were concerned about the trees. Making sure that the well and the septic are separated, which
Yep,
wells over
there.
here, the septic's over there, so
Mhm.
as separate as you can be. And that's about it. Anything else, board? Anyone in the audience want to address the board regarding this application? If not, again, we have a type 2 seeker and site plan. And someone would be so good to give me a motion to put those two together, I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll go for it. I'll bundle, Eric, it's Amanda, I'll bundle the seeker type 2 and the single stage site plan. I believe we added one condition in our discussions, but motion.
Okay. All right, any further
So one
discussion?
condition about the cross-access easement, and then I just revised condition 5 as it relates to who grants the approval for the septic system.
We will. Okay,
Yeah, that'll work.
thanks, Eric.
Okay, got a motion, second?
I'll second it. That was Bob.
Bob second, Derek. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
No problem. Stay warm.
See you next year.
Have a good night.
Okay, move right along. Next one is CPN 2025-123. This is Anthony Venezia for property of 3467 County Route 16. This is in front of was in front and still is in front of the ZBA. They had their hearing back in November. There was a discussion between the applicant and the ZBA, the possibility of moving the house further away from the creek, avoiding the setback requirement that they needed the variance for. So hopefully they can come to some sort of resolution and either grant the variance or not need the variance. And it'll come back to us at a subsequent meeting. Let's, for the time being, move it to January 13th.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Further discussion. Is anyone here to discuss the application just in case they thought we were going to talk about it? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Eric, Bob did the motion, Amanda second.
okay, next is CPN 2025-131, Finger Lakes Premier Properties, 4075 Analinda, renewal of a special use permit for short-term rental, where the maximum overnight capacity could be greater than 12.
Hi,
Hi, you look familiar.
what's that?
You look familiar. Your name is?
Yes, we met last year. I'm Liz Schneider with Finger Lakes
Liz.
Premier Properties. I'll be representing Mr. and Mrs. Cheney for 4075 Analinda Drive. We're looking to just keep the occupancy the same as it was at 12 and not go to the 19 it could be. Like to just keep everything the same.
So the resolution essentially reads the same as far as the number of occupants,
Yes,
parking spaces,
yes,
and that's 12 anytime, right?
12 anytime.
Anytime. Okay. So day or night.
True.
Okay, so no more than 12 occupants in the building. Okay,
Yes.
very good. And
Did an inspection yesterday.
did inspection yesterday of the property.
Yeah, it's good. Fire safety standpoint, everything is the same as it was before. So no issues, garbage is all contained in the garage with clear instructions in the house rules regarding trash pickup.
No issues during the course of the year.
We've had no complaints.
Okay.
And the parking is beyond sufficient.
Okay, nice job.
Thank you.
So, anybody have any questions?
Does the resolution need to be changed? It says greater than 12 located. Should no more than 12.
Well, that's why it came to us, because it was greater.
Yeah, I know.
But because it can hold more.
Well,
Yeah, I
I think
know.
your
That's what
statement of
we-
operation
yeah.
says 12, that's it.
That's true.
That's in your rules.
Yes.
If you wanna belt and suspender, it's by saying that no greater than 12, you can do that. Okay, all right, well, let's do that. You don't have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. Eric, the first whereas in the resolution, both the seeker and the SUP itself, just say no greater than 12.
Okay.
And again, I refer you to the first condition. The special use permit shall remain in effect for the current owner of the premises and or owners with no requirement for renewal. So in this case, it applies just to the current owner. So if the property is sold and are you with me, Chris, on this?
Yes, sir.
What the condition would be? Okay. So if and when it was sold, then it has to come back for a special use permit.
Okay.
But from now on, it's perpetual. We love seeing you, but come back with another one. All right. Anybody in the audience have any issues with this property? Or concerns, comments? If not, let's get a motion.
I'll move to approve CPN 2025-131 at 4075 on Woodbridge Drive. Special use permit, how many conditions were there?
Well, it's 13.
13 conditions.
Okay, and condition number 11 is maximum occupancy should be no more than 12. So again, it is belts and suspenders.
Yeah.
Okay,
And this is just from last year.
Yeah.
Just the same things apply.
okay.
I'll second that.
We got a motion from Tim, second from Amanda. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item is CPN 2025-142. Mahar Engineers, representing a property owned by Stephen Ash at 3975 County Route 16. This evening, we're just reviewing the application before the ZBA. It's an expansion of a non-conforming use. And the applicant intends to tear down and rebuild a single-family dwelling in the RLD district, requiring multiple variances, which, Wendy, you can get into. And the associated site plan that if and when they'd be successful with the ZBA would come back to us. So tell us a little bit about the property.
Yeah, good evening, folks. The property itself is fairly small. It's 0.14, little less than 1.4 acres. It's wide, but it's not very deep. So the setbacks actually lap each other. But it is an approved building lot. So our setbacks are affected. These folks are looking to tear down and rebuild and add a garage to store a vehicle, which it doesn't have now. The other thing is they're looking to improve the lot coverage, overall lot coverage, but they are requesting a variance for building coverage. So the property itself, the owners are on if you have any specific questions for them, but they do have some existing trees that are invading the foundations, and because of the age of the structure, it's time to tear down and rebuild. And just the fact that the lot is just extremely small, it's very difficult to meet the code. So we are meeting building height, bettering the lot coverage, asking for building coverage and setbacks. We have made a lot of really good improvements. The driveway is going to be a gravel pave, which is permeable, but we have counted it as lot coverage. So if we take the gravel pave out of the picture, we're actually bettering the lot coverage even more. And we're also proposing some stormwater management. There's a couple of planters that we're looking to create as kind of a bioretention areas that will have some landscaping, not only masking some of the retaining walls, but it'll also help control some of the runoff, which doesn't have now. So those are some of the improvements we're making. We're also reducing some of the impervious area along the shoreline. It has quite a large concrete walkway or front along the shoreline, and we're looking to reduce that and add some green space. So I'd like to answer any questions you might have at this time.
Sure. I'll get to you, Oksana, just a sec. Anything from the board?
There was a new deck out there. Is that gonna stay?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna stay. My own thing, when you come back to us, have a really, really good plan on how you're gonna manage the water. Their bioretentions are good, but that roof line is huge. So make sure you have enough capacity to manage all that, and none of that runs off into the lake.
Yep.
Because you are so close to the lake.
We can provide stormwater calculations on that.
That would be my number one goal.
Okay.
For that.
Okay.
And if you're taking trees down, we're gonna want to see how you're gonna put them back, or how you're going to comply with shoreline guidelines, and how you're gonna change that around.
Yep, we have produced a document kind of describing some of our approach to the shoreline guidelines, and we are putting back landscaping. We've shown kind of a landscaping plan in generic. We haven't hired a landscape architect to do select plantings just yet. We want to make sure this was gonna move forward.
Those are the things
And the footprint and things were not going to change before we invested in a landscape architect, but we will certainly have one on board for the final approval process.
I mean, the house looks nice. I mean, that whole row, I mean, it's gonna be the house that stands out as being pretty good.
So the other thing we did, folks, is we looked at similar lots all along Canandaigua Lake and in the RLD district to see these very small lots, what size homes kind of occupy these as a comparison. So we have a list of those to show you if you need to, but it's not an enormous house. It's just the lot is extremely small. And the fact that they're looking to add a garage, which they don't have now. And because the house sits away from the road, it kind of steps down. There's a retaining wall and there's trees that are growing within the retaining wall. They're looking to fill that area in so they'll be able to park a little further away from the road. And parking is such a premium there, and it's not very safe. So by adding that little bit of parking area, they'll be able to get a little further off the road.
It's just another back-in driveway though. That's the other thing too, is that garage is gonna be backing into the traffic. So that's the other thing.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, you can pull off. It is a little bit of a swing to get in, but yes. The tree, as far as the trees are concerned, the cedar that is the closest to the lake, that particular tree is the one that's growing into the foundation that needs to be removed, and cedars are kind of a mess. They cause a lot of mess. So, but they are looking to add new trees to the shore or the lakefront area.
So your landscaping plan shows what trees will be removed and what'll be added and what species and what size?
Yes,
It does.
well, we show the location of where we're proposing trees and where we're proposing landscaping. We don't have a detailed landscaped plan for plant selections. Yes, sir. So there's one in question, which is, this is that big cedar that is causing problems. And it is 18.4 feet from the shoreline, but the only reason it is because they have the shoreline comes along here, but it's based on mean high water dips back into the ramp. So it kind of, you know, counts against us technically, but if you look at the shoreline itself and where mean high water would run, if there wasn't a ramp there, that particular tree wouldn't be in question.
As far as the setbacks, to the north and to the south, what do you assume would be the distance between the existing home to the south and the new home, and the existing home to the north and the new home?
I have it on the plans here. I will let you know.
Just roughly, it just seems like you're
8.1
you're moving them. You have a lot of distance right now, and I know why you do to the north because of the trees. But you're moving the new house way up to the north and creating more of a buffer to the south. And I think the house to the south is far further away from the property line than the homes to the north. And a neighbor will soon tell us that.
Yeah, so one of the reason is that existing ramp. So with the existing ramp, they've got a proposed little storage area right here that they want to be able to access underneath the garage, which makes the most sense. We are creating, there's drainage that comes around here and down towards the ramp, so you know, we are proposing some landscaping between there, and they want to have access down to the lower lawn area. So this retaining wall, which is really the Sierra Scape, it's really more reinforced earth. It's going to allow for pump station in their generator, backup generator, that kind of thing. So that's why we're proposing it down on that side. For just the grades worked out a little better. There's existing retaining walls on the north that we're just trying to tie into, and I don't know, it just made the most sense to, with the drainage structures out there. We're proposing the driveway in between two existing drainage structures along the road.
Okay, have you talked to the county as far as the permit or any work that's done in the right of way?
Yeah, we can't, so we're not, we've already talked to them about, you know, adding the gravelled area adjacent to their right of way, but they're not allowing us to tie in any kind of downspouts or anything into those structures.
And speaking of the county right away, there is a storm source system on the east side, on your side, running parallel to the road.
There is, but they're very shallow, excuse me, and there's just the drainage coming towards our property. It's just meant to capture it, and it heads north, and then there's a culvert that runs across. So there, it really just kind of takes that little bit of area from the road. And like I said, they're so shallow, we can't really, well, they said we couldn't tie into them. So we're taking our stormwater, putting it through our bioretention areas, and then out to the lake.
Okay, we did discuss at PRC, any of the flow coming off the west side, off the hill. That all stays on that side of the road and goes to that culvert?
It does. Yeah.
It's supposed to, that's culvert 53, I believe it is. Yeah, if I remember the county designation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't jump. It doesn't jump the road and come to your property. Okay. All right. Anything else, Boyd?
Just a general comment. Chuck, you already mentioned shoreline guidelines, and you said that you had responded to that. There isn't.
We have.
There's nothing in there yet. There's a steep slope.
Oh, steep slope. Yes, but
So that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Make sure you bring attention
Well,
to shoreline guidelines.
we will.
Those cedars will have.
Yeah.
Impact on that.
You're right, Mr. Pope. Yeah.
Okay, Oksana, if you want to give any comments, or are you just here to listen?
Yeah.
If you want to stay there, you can, sure.
Oksana Fuller, 3971 Westlake Road or County Road 16. And we are the neighbors right to the north. And I have to tell you, the planning board, this is the first time we're seeing anything or even know anything. So nothing has been shared with us, and we were shocked when we received the notice from the planning board and from the zoning board that they were going to be tearing down the house. And now I'm hearing about a garage. Where is the garage going to be?
It's on the north side of that proposed house. It's
Bring
just
up
one
the,
car garage.
The elevations,
Okay,
Kim.
but how are they gonna get there? Into the garage? If there's a hill.
It's being filled in.
Oh,
Oksana, that's the elevation view, the architectural.
so really. My husband and I, we need to look at everything before we can make any comments.
Okay, please do, and you'll have plenty of opportunity to do that.
This is, Chuck, you wanna locate this in the process real quick?
Yeah, this is they've applied for a variance because they, you know, as Wendy said, there are quite a few variances exceptions they're asking from the zoning. And because the property is already non-conforming in terms of its setback and building coverage and all that, it has to come to us first. We give comments to the ZBA for their hearing next month. No, this is December. It's this month. isn't it?
December.
Yeah,
Next week, right?
next week. So they'll have comments from us, as well as comments from staff and other people, and they'll deliberate on the variances. Should the applicant be successful in getting those variances, then it comes back to us as a site plan. And we look in more detail at stormwater, some of the things Bob was talking about, steep slopes, landscaping, those kind of things, which is our purview, and ZBA is more concerned with the setbacks as far as any variations from the zoning code. So you have plenty of chances to comment on it. So tonight's not tonight,
Okay, yeah.
but I do appreciate your coming.
Yeah, I need to be educated on what they're planning to do. What square footage is the new house going to be?
I believe it's 2,400 square feet, 2,500 square feet.
That looks a lot bigger than 2,500 square feet.
Well, rather than getting back and forth between the
Yeah,
applicant
okay.
and yourself, that's our, Wendy, if you would reach out to Oksana at some point, or
Yes.
the Ashes.
I have a business card. You're welcome to call my office. I'm happy to answer any technical questions you might have. And I believe the plans are available on the town website.
You can come to the development office and look at them here, or look at them on the website, yes.
Yep.
People look at
Is
them on
it
the website.
the,
Wait, hang on, everybody. If
can
they're
I
not
go
available.
to the website where all the plans
No.
are?
No, you can come in like you did the other day to look at plans. If you want them emailed to you, you can do a FOIL request with the clerk.
But yeah, but I came in just to find out what was going on.
Right.
But I really didn't see any plans.
Okay. You're welcome to come in anytime and
Okay, well, in either case, Steve, the property owner, he said he'll be at the lake on Thursday. And he will be happy to show us all the plans. So we're looking forward to that, because it seems like a lot of stuff is going to be going on that is going to change the whole neighborhood. And there are 5 non-conforming lots with small houses. And this is, it looks really huge. And maybe because it's just long. But anyway, so yeah, we're
Yeah,
anxious.
it's
to-
long, but it's very, it's not very deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because of the lot.
Okay. Well, Steve's online, so Steve, you have an appointment with Oksana on Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, if you could inform her as to what you're planning on doing out there and how it'll affect her. Certainly, Oksana, I would recommend come to the ZBA meeting. If any of your other neighbors have concerns, make sure their concerns are documented for the zoning board. And that will all be taken into consideration of the hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Board have any other comments on this application regarding our responsibility involved with this? I think I heard stormwater, I heard tree removal concerns, landscaping, which includes shoreline guidelines, steep slopes. And again, I have personal concern about the size of the building itself as to how it fits on that lot. So we'll let that be known to the ZBA, and
Okay.
you have your hearing next week, and good luck.
Thank you, folks.
Okay, thanks for
Have a
coming
good
in.
night.
All righty,
Mr. Cameron,
sure.
all the comments, because you send out for comments to different organizations. Can we see, can I get a copy of all the comments or a summary of what
Yeah.
everyone has said?
This was, I know what you're saying, that at PRC, we do referrals, we refer it out to the county
Right.
planning board, we refer it out to the county highway department, ECB. Who else? I'm trying to think, code, obviously, code, the ag committee wouldn't get it. It goes to the different agencies for referrals, and their referrals come back to us with their comments, and we consider them or we don't consider them. And their ECB, County Planning Board, Highway, Jim Fletcher, County Sewer, MRB, Code Department, Kevin Mulvaney gets a copy of it. We send it out to utilities, Cheshire Fire Company. So they all get copies of this application, and we ask for comments back from them. So those referrals, what the protocol is as far as, I assume they're public information. When the comments come back.
If you wanted to submit a FOIL request to Crystalline,
Sure.
I think she'll take it just by an email. Please consider this a FOIL
Okay.
request for any and all information regarding the application, CPN number, such and such. That would get.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty, anything else on that issue? If not, let's move on to the minutes from November 25th. Does anybody have any additions or corrections from what Kyrene had sent out 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago? If not,
I'll make the motion to approve them just from last meeting, Jeff.
okay, get a motion.
Second.
Got a second from Bob. Motion from Mark, second from Bob. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we do have some money to give away. We have 2 letters of credit. One is, let's do one at a time, CPN from CPN 2025-06, a surety release from Robert and Sandra Reynolds out on County Route 4. That's the couple that was building the house next to their kids' home. They are asking for release of their erosion sedimentation control surety in the amount of $1,914. Someone wanna?
I'll make that motion for CPN 25-006 for $1,914.
I'll second.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Further discussion, if not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none. Motion carries. Okay, the other release is, we're talking real money, is the villas. It is, I think their final
Looks like
release.
the final deal.
Wow, it's been a long project.
30 years.
It's the balance of their escrow and the amount,
18,000. Sorry,
35,
68,000.
68,000. Okay, is that the release or is there a balance?
68,000 released of the original $205,986, leaving a $0 remaining balance.
Okay. Okay, so this zeroes it out. You okay, Mark? You made the motion?
So Chuck, I'll make the motion for CPN 18-006 for the return of $68,769.21 as signed off by town employees. I'll make that list.
Wait, town employees and MRB group, right?
And MRB.
On that one.
Yes, both of them are.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion, a second for the discussion. If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. Okay, that takes care of being Santa Claus, they're no money. All right, we have no referrals from town board, no referrals from other agencies. We did our ZBA recommendation. Anything on special projects, or you wanna
Just to do.
defer to next year?
No, just a quick update. So I said I would go through the comp plan to make sure we're not missing anything for that. In general, there's nothing that we're missing for the comp plan for the year. As a reminder, our primary responsibilities for planning turn into providing trails within new developments, supporting public and pedestrian transportation through denser mixed-use development avenues, reviewing site design criteria and zoning code and eliminating impediments to alternative transportation, and preparing to complete street best practices manual for the planning board during development. So from what I can tell, we did all of that in 2025. We should continue to do that in 2026. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that we do that's not our primary responsibility. And that's probably more of the types of things that we want to take a look at for next year. Our secondary responsibilities are integrating with RTS for bus routes, supporting affordable housing and transportation, increasing access to the waterfront through purchase, zoning, or some other means of the town board, promote housing and development within the identified growth nodes and discourage development in environmentally sensitive areas, and then review or revise codes to lessen development pressure by concentrating development growth nodes. What I'm hoping to really get us to a point next year, Chuck, is really starting to align some of the metrics. For example, when the account plan was last done, which was started in 2018 and last edited in 2021 and revised each year, we had a population projection by 2030 of 13,527 people, needing 1,323 houses. It'd be good to know kind of where we are. So what I would like to do, Kristen, if we can, is start working on figuring out how to collect some of the data or some of the sensitive things. I know there's a tension around stormwater. Bob's been doing a great job on that, and everybody here has been working.
Yeah, we're working on that.
A lot of good stuff coming forward.
Yep, get some engineers and.
Finally have some good data to start putting numbers around the affordable housing aspect of it, so that we can look to see what we might impact for that. But I'd like to have with ECB this year is a conversation around the tree question, because that seems to fall into a lot of the environmental as well. Not just in the guidelines, but looking at something like like the test to see what the taste is for like replacement of. So if we take a 6-inch tree out, what do we really want the material to replace? So those types of things for next year, and start putting those into special projects using KPI development that I've started to put together, how we make it measure some of this stuff. I'll start sharing some of that so that we can try to say whether or not. Because the prime directives for the town include agriculture being number one, which I think we forget that sometimes. Preserving natural resources, right behind that. Followed by culture and historic resources, parks and rec, economic development, residential neighborhood character, Cheshire, which we never talk about, transportation diversity and infrastructure. I think we can impact probably 5.
Yeah, that'll keep us busy. Yeah.
So there's stuff to do. Comp plan typically redone every 5 to 10 years. We are at 5 years. I don't think that's us. I think that's town board. So it's about time to.
It's a combination. The town board pulls the trigger, but the planning board has to delegate.
I was thinking the resource to get it, because last time I think we got a grant or something to help with it.
Yeah.
Eric wrote.
Eric
wrote it.
Yeah, Eric did it on the skinny and did a nice job.
I granted the town the great idea to have Eric do it when he still worked here.
You're a genius. I knew we liked you for something.
You scared him off.
All
right,
this one, and it's a town board decision, and I think development office staff and this board should weigh in on it. This one is a little bit more projected in terms of its long-term thinking. We could go another couple of years before doing that, but
I think, personally, I think.
it's not a
planning board-
crisis.
I mean, I'm always surprised at what is our primary responsibility and our secondary responsibility according to the comp plan. That's all. I don't know that that matters. I don't know that necessarily changes how we do anything, but I think we're progressive on the things that we need to be. It'd be just good to start putting some data around. The stormwater conversation is one of the most important things that I think we could be focused on right now. And then starting to look at, do we help redirecting? And there's so many things that, for example, in some of the conversations that we're having around projects tonight, the zoning board of appeals has a much greater impact on anything we're doing than the planning board does. Our hands are somewhat tied when it comes to planning board. They are. I can't talk about setbacks and all the other stuff that I'd love to be able to say, no, we're gonna do that. Because I don't have grounds to do that on, right? So we often get things that it was approved by another board, so I can't do anything about it. I don't know, it'd be good if we could protect the plan by having ways to do that, but that's one person's opinion.
No, I think it's more than one person's. Yeah. Okay, anything else? I want to put a plug into the new town board members. We have Amanda Van Laken, who is, her term expires the end of the month, end of the year. And she's deciding whether she wants to re-up, but we would certainly encourage her to re-up and you to re-up her if she so chooses. She's been a great asset and value to the board, and we hope she sticks with us. So that's my plug. And anybody else have anything else? Training. I think the good news is everybody met their training obligations this year. Great job. The Planning Federation conference that Tim and I went to last year, it is next spring, and Saratoga. No, Cooperstown. Is it Saratoga? It's Cooperstown. Back in Cooperstown. Yeah. Back to Uttasaga. So if someone would like to go other than Tim and myself, feel free. We may be getting a new alternate shortly. We've interviewed a gentleman, and he's interested and we're interested, and it's ultimately up to the town board to make the appointment, but he would be a possible candidate to go to Cooperstown to get up to speed as to how we operate. So,
Who is the candidate?
Excuse me?
Who is the candidate?
I'd rather not say right now, seeing that it's still in the offing. Okay, gentlemen, do you have anything to say? Did we go too fast for you?
Pardon?
Did we go too fast?
No.
Okay.
We're semi-quick learners. So first off, thank you guys for everything that you do. Guys, being a general term, ladies and gentlemen, for everything that you do. I know it's not easy. You have people coming here, and as we see today, you got neighbors, fun neighbors, and just observing you guys today, it seems like you handle it professionally and thoroughly and non-judgmentally, and give everybody a chance to speak their mind and treat everybody with respect. So I think that's really, really important. So I just look forward to working with everybody. Amanda, if you choose to sign up again, that would be great. Love to meet with whoever of you individually you would love to meet, because the three of us are new. Right. The one thing that we acknowledge is that there is a lot that we have to learn. Everybody around the table has a lot to give. So once again, feel free to share as much as you can. And once again, I look forward to working with you. So, thank you.
And I'd like to add, Mark, I'd like to understand more about your concerns about the ZBA conflicts and how that affects your board with you being able to accomplish your KPIs and in support of the comprehensive plan. So
sounds good. And don't take them necessarily as conflicts, always.
Yeah. Okay.
So what happens is the perception is often that we have control over things that we don't. And variance is one of those. And I think we've gotten significantly tighter over the past 2 years. And we're seeing, I guess, that what makes us feel that we see denial of variances of things that we don't think should be variances. That hasn't, we've seen a higher, I shouldn't say that's gotten better. That would put opinion on. We've even seen a higher frequency of denial of variances. Which means normally they're there for a reason. That's just makes it easier for us if they're denied before they get those.
Thank you for the clarification.
But happy to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Sana.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment about the comprehensive plan. The last update was done by the CIC, which. Yep, okay. And 9 years ago, we like deconstructed the whole plan. And we worked on all of the things that needed to be done. And we actually did 35 different plans that the town board adopted. So we did a lot of work. And there's no CIC left. And so if you wanted to get people that are familiar with the process and with knowing what has been done in the town, on the CIC committee, we had like planning board chairs, CBA people, people from the residents, and I was a former town board member, and it's a lot of work, but you have to do it. Like you said, every 5 to 10 years. So.
Okay. Oh, Dan, you're hiding behind the podium.
I am hiding.
Sorry.
Behind the podium.
Welcome.
So a couple quick things. Nice to meet you all in person. It was great to listen into your last planning board meeting. I commend you on the comprehensive plan. Just to have some background on that as well. From the development side of it, I have been looking at it. I agree the matrix has to be further evaluated. My goals on that is to meet with all the different committees and boards and see where you've been and where we need to go. It sounds like this board is already achieving that. I would like to give a report to the town board in March of where we are on matrix and where we can get to by the end of 26. I would also like to put into the budget for when we do the budget in 26 for 27 to put together a committee for drafting a new update to the comprehensive plan to hopefully have that adopted in 20. But I think it's very important to have our matrix so that the town board can make a reasonable decision of where we're going, and so that we can have that committee see the best direction. So again, I commend you on your report tonight about the comprehensive plan and what you've done in 25. Some of the other things I just wanted to cover is a goal of mine as I've been meeting with all of the staff. Obviously, you guys know better than I do of how talented our staff is here at the town. I'm looking to hopefully have applications more complete before they come to you so that we don't have as much continuation of projects. Also, I'm looking at the ZBA. I have some concerns there as well. Variance numbers are high for a township. So I want to see if that's a code issue or if that's just people getting approved. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions. I want to meet with the ZBA next week when they meet. But what I'm looking for from this board is your ideas. I know that you're working very closely with stormwater. I did 10 years of stormwater when I was in Farmington, so I get it. It's a big deal, especially being on the lake. I do know that you drafted up a document.
Do you have it?
Mike has it. I haven't reviewed it yet, but it's one of the things I do plan on reviewing. Because we do have code updates to do. And so I want to get that all in there. The other thing is with those kind of documents, we either have to get it in code or we have to get it in site design, which will give you guys a lot more well, I would love it to be in code. But site design might be a faster route for us until we can get it into code, because I can update site design a lot quicker than having a public hearing.
Yeah, but let's figure out what they are and where they should go.
Right, so those are all things I want to look at. So I encourage this board to continue giving us ideas and what we can help with. Obviously I had to get it by Chris too, so that's gonna be the other trick to everything. So the other big one I would like is if you guys are reviewing projects and you have questions, maybe not wait to this meeting, give Kristen or myself the info, or what you're looking at, so that we can maybe prepare an applicant to have questions, or we might be able to answer that already from staff. So just to help you guys so that you are already more prepared for the meetings. But
So, Dan, we used to do that. Years ago, when I started here, I used to send a whole list of stuff to people, and I got in trouble for it because it's like, you can't ask that in a non-public forum.
Well, who told you that?
yeah, I don't,
I got a lot of emails on it. Could show you.
I would recommend that you guys not copy all.
Right.
But
That was
but
part of
as
the-
board members, you can ask whatever questions you want direct to staff or direct to me.
Yeah.
Or
But-
direct to one other board member.
Right.
Just don't reply all.
yeah, so I did this when I was in Farmington, and that's exactly it. They couldn't reply to all, but you could absolutely send any of the town staff or all of us
Yep.
an email and say, hey, I've reviewed this. These are some of the questions. Not saying that we're gonna be able to answer all of them, but we can prepare applications better for you guys for the nights of your meetings. And I would like to start revisiting that, so. You guys have any questions for me in my position? I know it's a newer position coming back to the town. I guess it was here, then it went away, and now it's back. Some of my background, just so this board knows, I was in Farmington for 10 years. Ran their development area, planning, zoning, codes for about 7. So I went to every planning meeting, every zoning meeting, so I'm very familiar with what you guys are dealing with. I also am from Clifton Springs. I sit on our zoning board over there, so I'm very familiar with not only being on this side of the table, but to sit in your seats as well. So whatever I can do to make it easier for you to do your best judgment on these projects, that's what we're here for.
Good.
That's all I got. Thank
Any
you
questions?
for your time.
Okay, thanks, Dan, for coming out. Okay, and I'm not shy about asking Kristen questions.
I've been in her office.
All right, better to find out then than now. Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, our next meeting is January 13th. It's that time of year again to go over our rules and procedures and reappoint all of our consultants and staff and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be the first item on the agenda that night. And other than that, I wish everyone a happy holiday and happy new year. Been good working with you again. Amanda, we're gonna see you back, I hope.
Just
so.
don't give her the option. Just reappoint her, she won't even know.
She can't say no.
Chuck, are we expecting any changes to any of those?
Excuse me?
Are we expecting any changes to any of those things that we reapproved in January? Any of our vendor?
I think you guys have gotten your rules of procedure pretty solid.
Yeah.
But there's no vendor changes, anything like that.
Like what?
Everything's so.
Nice.
So
Look, read through it. If you have any changes,
I'm not talking, I'm actually thinking no vendor changes or anything along those lines.
I don't believe there's gonna be any, MRB would like to be reappointed. Ken, would you like to be reappointed?
The
Or
secretary
you're
is over there.
secretary, Brand, you'd like to be reappointed? I would
Choose your
like to be
ride.
reappointed.
all right. Well, we hope everybody's back. I think we have a good team and look forward to working with you guys and see you next year too. All right, our official timekeeper.
Motion to adjourn at 7:14.
Okay, all in favor?
Second.
Was died from a lack of vote.
Happy
We've been right
holidays.
through the night. All in favor?
Happy New Year.
Opposed?
Hope you feel better.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Nice to meet you as well.
Congratulations.